Hi, everybody. This is Erica Roberts with American Emergency Preparedness, aka AEP, with this month's training blast. This month, I'd like to talk to my CTOs, but I do have a question. Have you ever struggled trying to teach a trainee prioritization? When to do the first thing, or the thing after that, or the thing after that, or stand by, come back to it, or maybe not, just depending on how crazy it is. I feel like every CTO has struggled with this. I've spoken to many of you in the course of going around and teaching classes and or webinars and colleagues in general. And one thing that tends to be universal as a struggle for trainees and CTOs alike is prioritization. The struggle for the trainee is mastering prioritization. The struggle for the CTO is, how do I teach it? How do I get them to visualize it, right? Okay, something I learned years ago, couldn't tell you where I picked it up, but here it is, and I hope it's helpful for you. When I am trying to teach a trainee when to do the next thing or the first thing, I use a method called the bucket list. Yes, bucket list is how it works. Every task in emergency management has a priority. It has an order. It has a 1, a 2, or 3, or 4, depending on what your agency is modeled after, right? Doesn't matter. Police, fire, EMS, does not matter. Everything we do has a first step, second step, and so on. What goes in the first bucket? No matter your discipline, fire, EMS, or police, field safety, officer safety, EMT safety, firefighter safety. They all fall under the field safety, right? With that said, no matter what it is, bucket number 1 is always field safety. For me, since my PSAP's discipline primarily is police, for us, that is officer safety. What does that look like? That's traffic stops. That's when to close the air or when not to. When to send multiple units, when not to. When to answer the phone versus closing the channel. When to take, I don't know, when to accept a request to run someone or a tow or enter a warrant or anything TLETs, INLETs, NCIC, whatever your state's IC is. Those would be administrative tasks. So Erica, what do you mean when you say bucket list and everything has a bucket? Just that. Visualize with me for a second. All things safety has a bucket. You tell the trainee, visualize this. In a sense, close your eyes and envision every single one of these major tasks going into its respective bucket. But Erica, what if you have more than one thing that goes in the same bucket? I'm so glad you asked. And that's why you are there, CTO. Intercritical thinking, and that is what you are there for. You teach them to prioritize that bucket. Example, traffic stop, foot pursuit, the phone's ringing. Well, we know most likely if it's not the 911 phone, it's probably going to have to ring. If it is the traffic stop, most likely you may not be able to take that simply because the guy who's running is most likely in the most danger in that moment. Anything can go sideways there. So of those 3 things, the traffic stop, field safety, the foot pursuit, field safety. They both go in the same bucket. You prioritize the bucket. I know it may seem like it's an oversimplification, but it really isn't. Field safety is first, it is paramount. And anything after that, depending on how your agency prioritizes things and your SOPs, of course, that's what you use to determine what goes in what bucket and in which order do you address those things. It is easy to say it. It's a very different thing to teach it. But I have yet to have the bucket list fail me. I have tried other methods to teach prioritization, and this one has never failed me. So let's review really quickly. Bucket number one, all things field safety, no matter what. Then you obviously have citizen safety or scene safety. And depending on the circumstances, those things all might be rolled into one. Bucket number one, priority call against field safety. Bucket number two, unless, of course, your agency says something different. The phone is ringing and it's not the 911 phone. Bucket number three, or someone else gets it. Everything we do in emergency management has a priority. It goes in a certain order, i.e. the bucket. This is all I have for now. I hope that it is helpful. Everybody, please stay safe and see you next time.